for me.
Change out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Emory Colleges and Emory Universities with Residence Life and Housing, our live chat about move-in. We are a month away. Congratulations to everyone for joining us tonight and for being here. And we are going to get started with some quick introductions. My name is Kyle Griffith. I am a complex director here at Emory University. I work with first-year students in Terman Hall, Holmes Hall, and Dobbs Hall.
And I'm Rebecca Watson. I am the Associate Director for Assignments here with Housing Operations. So we are excited to welcome you all tonight and to tell you a little bit more about your experience moving in and also your experience living in first-year halls, first-year experience communities. We've got some folks with us tonight that are also going to be answering your questions. So if you have those, go ahead and type those out. We've got folks in the room in front of us or behind us, depending on how you look at it, who are going to be live answering your questions. So let's get started.
Great. So one of the main things that we wanted to make sure that all of you were aware of is first year at Emory is a pretty signature experience for all of the students who are coming in. That is designed mainly to focus on three areas. So we have connecting with the community, fostering academic success, and understanding ongoing transitions. So we have a number of signature programs that we do for first-year students to get at all three of those, again, trying to focus on the social and the academic transitions to Emory University. So what do we do? Creating Emory is one of the first things, and you'll be doing that over the course of orientation. That actually starts on the Sunday, the August 20th, and it'll go all the way through to the day immediately before classes start. We have another tradition, which is Songfest, which hopefully all of you know what Songfest is by now, and you're all really excited to work with your sophomore advisors on what that is going to turn into. But if you have never seen one of those experiences, you can check out some of our pages on YouTube. If you just type in Songfest in probably a year, you'll see a number of performances from each of our halls where there is a giant group of people who are doing dance moves and parodied song lyrics, and they're there with the orientation leaders and really just hundreds of other people from the Emory community to kind of join in this tradition that's been happening since the early 80s, which is something that's really special for our students here on campus. And that'll happen on a Thursday right after classes start. The 6-week kickoff is something that happens in all of our first-year halls. So we'll have floor meetings with each of the RAs. Who will be meeting with all of you, kind of getting you transitioned into what's going on with your classwork and maybe talking to you about some academic deadlines that would be coming up as well. But also just doing some fun things too, right? So how is it that you can get to know the other people in your hall, kind of do some floor mixers, and then some building mixers as well. Dooleys Debates is going to be happening in October. So for any of you who are interested in debate, or even maybe you didn't participate in debate in high school, it's a great opportunity to get to know some of your other members of your first year class, but also the upper divisions of the university as well participate in that. So first year semi-formal, for those of you who are pre-history buffs, we actually go to the Fernbank Natural History Museum here in Atlanta, and we rent out the entire space. And we have a giant dance party for first-year students, and that'll happen in November. I believe it's November 11th this year. So look for an opportunity to buy tickets to that coming soon from Sophia Howard, who runs all of our first-year at Emory programs. The undergraduate summit happens the day before classes start in the second semester. So that brings a number of opportunities together for students to learn more about the pre-BBA program, so the pre-Bachelor of Business Administration program, the nursing program, pre-health mentoring office, brings together folks from our housing and dining offices so you can learn about how to choose your meal plan and your housing plan for the next academic year, but also opportunities to get involved for the next year as well. So we know that a lot of our first year students gain a lot of experience over the course of their first semester, and we want to make sure that you are prepared as possible to apply for sophomore advisor positions, for OL positions, orientation leader positions, and anything else that you might want to do as you are kind of rising in your leadership and wanting to kind of pay it forward to other students who would be coming in for the next year. And then first year crossover is the last event that we have, which will happen sometime near the last day of classes in the spring semester. So I believe that'll be around April 30th this upcoming year. It's a great opportunity to reflect and to think about everything great that's happened, but also to give back to your community as well. So we have a number of opportunities that happen based on our halls with all of that.
So we've got a lot of important dates coming up, which I know many of you already know because you've been following this channel and this page. But just kind of to run through those quickly for you, obviously August 19th is the big day, move-in day. We are 1 month away, and we are super excited to welcome you all to campus. We've got a lot of great things planned for move-in day and for that first week as well. If you are joining us as an international student live right now, your move-in day is August 16th. We do invite you guys to move in early. Just to get a little bit more acclimated to our campus and go through an international student orientation. August 23rd, first day of classes, a big exciting time. And then the 24th is Song Fest, which Kyle mentioned that all first year programs will participate in. Dooley Debates, September 25th through 27th, that Kyle just mentioned, first year formal. You were right on with your dates here. Look at you, knowing them off the top of your head. November 11th. And then important date, residence halls will close for the fall semester on December 14th or after your last final exam. So kind of keep that in mind as you're thinking about your return trips back home. January 14th, the residence halls will reopen for the spring semester, so that's when you can return back to campus. Undergraduate Summit, which Kyle just talked about briefly, is on January 16th. And then the residence halls close for the end of the spring semester, May 10th. So a lot of dates, a lot of information, but again, these things are all on our websites as well to, in case you need to refer back to anything.
So as far as some advice from some current students, we actually polled a few folks and we wanted to see what they would do either differently or what if they could tell their first year self if they were doing it all over again. One thing is, it's never too early to learn how to do laundry. That is something that I think a lot of students might think that they know how to do, or maybe they've just never had to do before. I would say get familiar with that process. Just maybe learning how to sort your clothes could even help you out. What is nice about our laundry services on campus is we do have encumbered laundry, meaning that you do not need to pay anything extra to run the machines that are in each of our residence halls. So you can run a load in the wash and then in the dryer and not have to pay with quarters or with your ID card or anything like that. I would say get to know your roommate now is a pretty good one as well. We are pretty full coming up into this year, so we want to make sure that everyone has a good experience, and that can start before you even get to campus. So if you want to reach out via the social medium of your choice or via text message or whatever it might be, make sure that you do that because that will be very helpful for you as you begin your transition into maybe living with another person because for some of you, you might not have even shared a light switch before. So it might be good to get to know how to share a room with someone and kind of get to know who they are.
And if you're wondering where to get your roommate information, all of that is on your My Housing page. When you scroll down and see your assignment, underneath that you'll also see the name of anyone that's assigned to your room or your suite. And if you hover over their name, it'll pull up their email so you can contact them that way if you want to do that, or the socials, as Kyle mentioned.
So once you get here, one of the things that we highly encourage is communicating face-to-face as much as possible. It's quite easy, I think, to kind of hide behind some technology and not necessarily deal with any issues that might come up in miscommunication or anything like that. So make sure that you either talk with your roommate in person, or if there's a neighbor or someone above or below you that you think is making too much noise, make sure that you are talking to them in person. It goes a long way, and you might not think that it could repair some relationships as well, but definitely try to do that stuff in person. And then the last thing that we say is get engaged. There are hundreds of clubs for you to get involved with here at Emory University, and there are many ways to make a difference, and not every Emory student makes a difference the same way, and that's okay. We have a lot of different ways for you to get involved, and we want you to get involved in the way that's going to make sense for you. So once you get here, make sure that you take advantage of our activities fair, you take advantage of talking with upper class students or your peers about what they might be involved in, because there's a lot of great knowledge and experience that all of our students already have here, so they can kind of plug you in where you might think that there might be something good for you.
Emory has a lot of really great things planned for the first 6 weeks of school after you get here. So if you're not sure what you want to get involved in or not sure where to go to find resources. We've got a lot of stuff planned to help you in that transition and, really help you meet people and find what you're passionate about here. We really want to make your transition successful. So the frequently asked questions about your residence hall room. What will my room look like and what furniture is included? If you head to our website, housing.emory.edu, we have there's a link here on the slide, but if you head to our website as well, you can kind of search around for some things. We have a lot of floor plans on our website. We also have room dimensions. There's some video tours for some of the residence hall rooms. But basically every space is going to come with your bed, your mattress, dresser, desk, chair, and then a closet of some sort. Some of the residence halls have a wardrobe that's actually a piece of furniture that they use as a closet, and other ones have a closet rod that is installed to the wall that's used as the closet. But all of those things come with your room. Every residence hall room also has a sink in it, so you'll have that space, so you don't have to go down the hall to the bathroom if you're in a hall like that. We all have central air conditioning and heating, so those are all built into the residence halls as well. And you can take a video tour on the website. Kyle, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I will say that it is very often that our students will reach out to us and say, well, can I buy this thing before I get there, and can I bring it down with me? What we suggest actually is that people wait until they get here and kind of see what space they have in the room, see what they might need, what they might want, might be different from what they need. So there are all sorts of storage stores with Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, whatever it might be, down here in Atlanta, very close to campus. So you shouldn't have to worry about finding any sort of storage once you're down here. So what's also nice about all of our furniture too is that as long as you keep it in the room, you can arrange it however it is that you'd like. Our rooms are personalizable in that way, which I think you can see a lot of personality from our students from all of that. So take advantage of all of those different options as you are thinking about with your roommate how to make the room your own.
And definitely have the conversation with your roommate either beforehand or once you get here. You don't want two people bringing sets of curtains or two storage items that are rather large. So it's a great opportunity to have those conversations and go shopping together when you get here. See what works for your space, what kind of theme you want to do.
Speaking of, how can I make my room feel like my own space? Again, we want you to feel like this is your home because I actually live on campus. Like it is my home. I do love the residence halls. We want you to feel like it's home here too. So if that means that you are going to be bringing a plant, or if you're bringing a painting that's important to you, or a poster, or whatever it is that it might be, bring something that is going to feel like home for you. And we highly encourage you to do whatever it is that is within our rules and that you can find online. We do highly recommend that you use small nails or push pins or thumbtacks as you are trying to attach anything to the wall. Anything larger than that or any sort of adhesive is really not good for our walls, and we don't want to be in a position where at the end of the year as you're trying to remove everything that you're going to be tearing our walls apart as you're trying to head out of the building. So just make sure that you are using small tacks. If you have any questions on that, again, you can ask your complex director, so someone like me, or your RA or your SA when you get here, and they can kind of give you the quick breakdown of what is going to be possible for the walls.
Command strips might sound like a good idea, but they do a lot of damage to our walls, so just leave those at home. It's not worth bringing. It'll cause you a lot of hassle in the end, come April, May, when you're trying to take these things off and they're just ripping the walls apart.
So you can also view pictures of all of the hall's rooms at housing.emory.edu. If you look in the first year housing area, we'll have kind of a quick building tour and kind of a 3D tour of the room as well. So just take advantage of the resources that we have on the housing.emory.edu website.
So also on the website is a list of things that we recommend you bring, and also things that we ask that you not bring. A couple common items that we get asked about for what not to bring would be things like microwaves. Also extension cords, we ask that you leave those at home, but again, you can find the whole list on our website of things not to bring. You can also find a list of sustainable options for packing, for moving, for unloading, things like that. Emory obviously has a big sustainability initiative here, and so we do encourage sustainable options whenever possible.
So with that, as you're coming here as well, as you are unpacking, as you are trying to take care of different things that you have brought here, everything on campus is actually either compostable or recyclable, except for styrofoam. And we do collect styrofoam in a particular area on move-in day. So if you do happen to bring something that is packaged with styrofoam, we can take care of that for you on that day in particular. But other than that, everything is compostable or recyclable, which is pretty great.
So I just mentioned we don't allow microwaves unless they are part of the microfridge unit. So you can bring your own mini fridge, you can bring your own mini fridge if you'd like to, but your room is only allowed to have one fridge. So oftentimes people will rent the mini fridge, or you can bring your own fridge. If you are bringing your own fridge, you're not able to bring your own microwave. So the only microwave that's allowed is through the mini fridge company. We definitely recommend that you look into renter's insurance or purchase renter's insurance of some sort. Look into your parents' homeowner's policy to see if your college residence hall room would also be covered. Sometimes homeowners' policies will extend to the residence hall room, but we definitely recommend that you look into that ahead of time and protect yourself that way. Can I move in early? So if you are participating in Emory group, so you are a pre-approved group, you're participating in a program that requires you to move in early, you would have already received an email from us regarding an early arrival application, and that application is live on our website on the My Housing page right now. It will come down on Friday. So if you have not already done it, you've gotten several emails from us asking you to do it at this point. Just make sure that you go in and do that. That's pretty much it about moving in early.
Yeah, so again, regardless of when you're going to be moving in, you will be receiving a time for moving in on your My Housing page, and look to that on August 2nd. That's very important for us, especially right now, because of the amount of construction that's happening on campus. So we have some restricted traffic flows, and we want to make sure that moving in for all of you is as easy and seamless as possible, and we need your help with this. So please pay attention to those move-in times as we post them onto your My Housing page, and again, that's going to be on August 2nd, so look for them there.
And meal plans start for dinner beginning August 19th, your move-in date for everyone that's moving in, the regular move-in time. The Duckling, which is our dining hall on campus, is our main dining facility, and so meal plans start dinner on August 19th.
So this is a pretty big question for a lot of people. So some people will send all of their materials to Emory and just pick them up from our mail services center, which is a great option if that's something that you are looking to do. Just remember that your things might not be available right when you are trying to get them. So understand that when you're shipping something that you might not have access to it right away. So again, you can start shipping August 7th for international students and August 14th for domestic students. So pay attention to those dates. And again, there is a specific address that is going to be available on your Opus account starting August 1st. So in order for it to get to you, there's a specific number. It's called the MSC number. It's a 6-digit number, and you will need to put that on all of your packages that you're sending to campus. It is not going to be housed in the normal mailroom facility. There will be shipping containers that are spread around campus close to where your residence hall is. So just look for that location, and if you have questions about where that is or where you can find any of those things, you can speak with any of your residence life staff once you arrive on campus.
Really important thing, guys, to remember is that when you're addressing your packages, you need to make sure, Emory University Main or Main, because you are living on main campus here. We want to make sure that your package arrives on main campus and doesn't go to the Claremont campus. The MSC that Kyle just mentioned, that's your basically your mailbox code here while you're at Emory. So you definitely want to have that on there, and just the address is on the screen. Follow the address, and your MSC code will be available after August 1st.
Great, so at this time, we have a number of folks who are answering questions as fast as they can possibly type. So if you have questions, please send them in, but we'd be happy to answer any of them for all of you live as well. So we'll be pulling some of those up now so we can answer them for all of you here on camera. So for Emma Simpson, we want to answer that for you. So again, it looks like Emory Residence Life and Housing is already answered, but all of our beds basically can be lofted. Terman has junior lofts, so you can rent a loft from the loft company that was mentioned earlier, but everything else can be lofted using the furniture that's already in the room in our first year buildings. So the activities fair is going to be happening on the Friday, August the 25th. So if you are looking to get involved, there will be hundreds of student groups who are going to be trying to woo you into joining their groups, which again, you can join as many or as few as you'd like. And even if you'd like to get involved in something after that initial date, there's no problem there. Our groups are always looking for new people to participate, so that's not a problem at all. It looks like a lot of our questions have already been answered from a number of folks. Again, if anyone has any questions, you can type them in and we'll be able to answer them in real time here on the camera. If you are looking for another way to get your questions answered after this session, you can reach out to us at housing@emory.edu. Again, that's housing@emory.edu, and either Rebecca or someone else from our office will be able to answer those questions for you. And we're pretty good about getting back to you. And if the folks who answer that email directly don't have the answer, then they'll pass it on to the complex director for the given area. So again, in my area, in Terman or Holmes or Dobbs, I'll be able to answer more of the questions for folks about any of the themes that are involved there, or as well as the specifics to the facilities in those buildings.
So Anusha's asking, how much time do we have to move in on the 19th? That's a great question. So we are going to be releasing time slots for folks. That'll be live on your My Housing page beginning on August 2nd. And that will be your window to unpack and unload the things from the vehicle. Because of the construction and a lot of people moving in on one day, and just really our limitations as a campus with the roads and things that are open, we do ask you to really just unload the stuff from the vehicle, get the vehicle emptied out, and then move the vehicle along to the designated parking deck and parking space. So you're bringing the things up to the room, but you're not necessarily unpacking things or arranging things at that point. You really just want to get the vehicle unloaded and get the vehicle out of the way.
And one of the great things about your move-in time is, even though we give you a time, you can arrive anytime after that. That's not a concern if there's some traffic or if there's some issues with you getting here to campus. What is wonderful about our operation here is that we have an army of volunteers with the orientation leaders and other staff members who are here. So you will even see Swoop carrying in some things and kind of greeting people as they arrive to campus. So don't be concerned about you needing to carry in all of your things, because as soon as you pull up, your car is going to have a bunch of smiling people who are other Emory folks who are ready to help you move all your things directly to your room. So it's going to be pretty great.
So there was another question, are we allowed to cook food in our room, and are there any exceptions?
Yeah, so we actually ask that you don't cook in your room itself. Sometimes that can set off our smoke detectors and things like that, even worse with the steam that's going on in the room. So just if you're looking to make things in your room, obviously you can use your microwave if you have an approved microwave with a microfridge. And some people will have coffee makers and things like that in their rooms, but we ask that you do any full-on cooking at the full stoves and the ovens and things like that that are located in all of our common area kitchens that are on the first floors of the buildings. So Neil, we do let international students move in early. So again, the time is the 16th of August. So look for that. We'll make sure that we get you that information to all the international students. As far as the Holmes Hall, there are not curtains in the room, but we do provide blinds for all of the windows. So you can add anything else on top of that that you'd like, as long, again, as it doesn't permanently damage the buildings. So we did have a question about what is an RA and what is an SA and what's the difference there. So RAs are resident advisors, and those are juniors and seniors in our halls. So they go through pretty good amount of training. They're here for about a week and a half before all of the first year students arrive. And they are, again, student leaders who are committed to doing programming and also, developing community in the buildings, and also maintaining safety and everything. So the ones who are doing the rounds and things like that. The sophomore advisors are here as our transition experts. So they, just a couple of months ago, were first year students themselves, and they are here to ensure that all of you get as connected to Emory as you possibly can in the way that makes sense for you. And again, they'll be having individual conversations with you about what that looks like. They are purely volunteers, which is kind of wonderful. So you can actually tell that they are there because they care about paying it forward. They had a great experience themselves, and they want to make sure that you have a great experience too. So they're a pretty good resource, and something that's unique to our campus. I haven't actually heard of it anywhere else. So
there's questions about pool tables and which, let's see, the dorms have blinds. Kyle just talked about that. Ping pong table, complex has a ping pong table, pool table. I clearly need glasses.
So yeah, all of our halls have different kinds of recreation equipment. And some of that you can check out through our RA closets. So if you want to speak to a staff member, you can actually get some like a football or a frisbee or whatever it is that you might want. There's all sorts of things hidden in all those RA closets, so you never really know what you're going to get based on some past programs that we've had. There are green spaces near all of our residence halls that you can take advantage of. So if you are interested, I know what's been a tradition over the past couple of years is every night actually on the James Wagner Quad, there is a group of students who will come and from different years, and they'll all come and play soccer. So if you are interested, again, there's all sorts of folks who are kind of hanging out and playing different things.
Okay, so there is a question about guaranteed hall assignments. When will students with guaranteed hall assignments find out their actual residence hall placement? Anna, we are working on that. As you know, we have a very large first year class this year, incoming class, and so we want to make sure that we are being intentional with our assignments process, making sure that you do have the great first year experience that you deserve and that you will have. And part of that means, we are waiting for vacancies to arrive and vacancies to come up with cancellations. And so once we receive those cancellations, we look at where that cancellation is, and we'll go ahead and assign folks that way. We are working through as quick as we can. We don't have a set time of absolutely that's when you will hear by, but we will be rehousing you, and so you will get the assignment.
One microfridge.
Correct. Yeah. So in each of the rooms, regardless of whether you are in a single or a double, you are allowed to have one microfridge in that room. So it's not one microfridge per person, it's one microfridge per room. And we just ensure that we are not overloading our circuits and everything in the building and having to kind of reflip the circuit breakers, because sometimes multiple microwaves going off in a space has done that to us. So we make sure that all of you get to have access to electricity in your rooms based off of that.
There was a question earlier about, is there cable in the rooms? And yes, there is cable included in all of the rooms. So you feel free to enjoy that as you kind of lounge around in your room.
There's also Wi-Fi in all of our rooms. So if you would prefer to kind of binge on some Netflix or do whatever it is that you'd like to do, kind of speak, video chatting with friends, whatever it might be, there is excellent Wi-Fi in all of our rooms. There's a number of access points throughout all of our halls. So that shouldn't really be a problem for you either. And if you are interested in gaming, there is actually a separate network for that as well. So we don't take up the bandwidth with that. And we try to cover all the different needs that we've seen from students. And again, if you have feedback on any of those things, we'd love to hear it, because that's actually how we make changes for all of our facilities and different places that we can make things better, because we are always interested in making things better for all of our students.
One thing to piggyback off of that, there's a group on campus called Residence Hall Association, your RHA group. And so if you're interested in kind of being a voice for your residence hall community, definitely recommend that you look into that and get involved with that. And any of your complex structures can absolutely give you more information about that if you have questions.
So there's a question, does Longstreet Means have internet cables to directly connect to laptops? Again, we generally use Wi-Fi access for all of our students. If you do have concerns about connecting via an Ethernet cord, we can work that out with you individually. So for the first year students who are going to be living in Harris, your experience, you're going to be connected to first year programs. You will be participating in Songfest. You will have access to all of the different amenities and things, just like you'll have sophomore advisors in your hall and everything like that as well. So for the BMI, I will defer to our complex director for Harris Hall, Desmond Taylor, and he will be able to share that information with you. So again, if you search for him on our Emory directory, he'd be able to provide more specifics about that particular program as it's in its pilot year this year. So there are printers that are allowed in your rooms. What's nice about all of our residence halls is we actually have a printer station that is run by our technology services, our library information technology services, in all of our halls. It's generally located on the second floor in a lot of our halls or in kind of a first floor lounge area. So look for that in your hall when you arrive, and there are instructions on the LITs. So Library Information Technology Services about how to use that, and you use your normal printing quota with all of that.
Yes, the laundry works by you doing it yourself. There's no one that comes and does the laundry for you. You do need to do the laundry yourself.
Yeah, so we do partner with Campus Laundry. If you are inclined to have your laundry sent out, there is a service that will have a truck that is located near all of our residence halls at different parts of the week. So if you are interested, you will receive, you subscribe to this service, and you receive a laundry bag, and then you put all of your dirty laundry in that particular bag. You drop it off with the truck, and then at a later time that week, they bring it back to you folded and pressed. So you can go that route if you'd like to. But again, laundry is encumbered in all of our residence halls, so you don't have to worry about paying anything extra. The only thing that you'd need to purchase is laundry detergent for all of our halls. So yes, you do need to get your own detergent if you plan on doing laundry in your residence hall. You will need to have detergent. So a number of folks are talking about shuttles. So there is a pretty robust shuttle system that is here on campus. It's called the Cliff Shuttle. And once you get here, you'll actually be able to download an app that will show you where each shuttle is, where all the routes go, and how far away the next shuttle is from getting to you. It's a pretty good system. It'll take you places as close as the Claremont campus or as far away as some of the malls that are near here. So pay attention to that once you get here, and you'll be able to get to just about anywhere you want to in Atlanta. What's also nice about the Cliff Shuttle system is it will take you directly to MARTA stops, which is our kind of subway system as well. So you can take Cliff Shuttles to a number of stations, and then you can get farther away from Emory as well into the city of Atlanta. It's pretty convenient. So we don't require any particular type of detergent. Just pay attention. It's quite possible that the machines in your building will need high efficiency detergent. So just be aware of that. Almost all of the machines that are in our buildings are front load washers and dryers. So be aware of that as you are choosing their laundry detergent. Ooh, do you guys have various competitions among the different halls? We do, and I'm proud to say that I'm the 2-year reigning champ with my hall councils for the Turmelton Hall Council related to Dooleys Bowl. Dooleys Bowl is our very own version of the House Cup, if you're familiar with Harry Potter. So there are a number of events that are hosted by our Residence Hall Association over the course of the year. It targets mostly our first-year students, and this is a huge point of pride because there are a number of events that will get all of our campus going. So like our homecoming parade, we actually decorate golf cart floats. So that's one of the competitions that we have. Songfest is a part of that actually, and kind of attending some of our athletic events and doing some other spirit competitions. So the more people that you have going and the more effort that you put into these things, the more that you get out of it. So we've actually had a lot of fun there in my buildings over the past couple of years. And if you stop by the Office of Residence Life and Housing in Raoul Hall, which is at 2 Eagle Row, you can actually see the giant trophy that is engraved with all of the different winners over the course of the past few years that it has been in existence. So take advantage of Dooleys Bowl. It's a lot of fun.
There's a question about the Cliff shuttles and how much they cost. They are free for students, so you are welcome to use those shuttles and ride around wherever you'd like to go.
Students do get outside food delivered, so there are a number of services that will deliver food to you. If you choose to go through the restaurant directly, then you can, or you can choose to use like Postmates or Uber Eats or whatever it is that is the service of your choice. I will also say that we have quite a few dining options that are here on campus that are open almost any hour that you would be awake and wanting to eat food. So there are, I think, things open all the way up until 3 or 4 a.m. So take advantage of all those different things that are available. And there are different types of food available as well. So we kind of have our Cox Hall food court, which is a la carte. We have the duckling, which is more kind of buffet style. Once you're in, you can have as much as you'd like. We have the rec room, which is kind of you pull different things late at night, or there's even sit-down restaurants and things like that. So take advantage of all of the different parts of your meal plan that you are going to have as well. Just because there will be many opportunities for you to have food off campus when you choose to. So how much does MARTA cost for students? Is there a discount? There is actually not a discount, but MARTA is pretty manageable. I ride it pretty regularly. It's once you have your Breeze card, so different systems will have kind of different reusable cards. So you buy the Breeze card once, and then you load that card with rides or with funds. It is $2.50 to ride regardless of how far you're going. So it's pretty manageable when you need to go anywhere. And again, the Cliff Shuttle can get you pretty far around the Emory and Atlanta area as well. So again, just $2.50 to go. Once you're in the MARTA system, that's all that it takes. So about the food that's offered on campus, I will say I am a person who eats the food on campus all the time. I am a person, I might not look it, but I can actually put it away. So this is, I take advantage of all the food options that are available to me. There are options ranging from Italian, Indian food. There is Korean and Chinese in the Cox Hall food court. Our chefs with Bon Appetit actually do a great job of kind of varying up the food. We have excellent vegan food every day here on campus. We have food that is kosher, halal. We cover all dietary needs. So if you are concerned about what your needs might be, our dining director, Chan Sudstein, will be happy to meet with you and kind of discuss what accommodations you might need. Because we obviously recognize that our students need certain things in order to maintain their own safety, if they have food allergies, or if they have religious preferences, things like that. So if you have any of those needs, we'd be happy to make sure that you get accommodated with all of that. And our folks at Bon Appetit are wonderful at what they do and making sure that everything is seasonal and as local as possible.
And Kyle brought up a good point. We do use a lot of local produce, local dairy, local meat wherever possible, and you'll see that when you walk into the dining facilities, they'll have it listed there where certain items came from in the local community. So that's just another way that we are striving to be sustainable campus. So, a question about the beds in Dobbs Hall. Yes, they are already lofted for you, so that's one less step you will need to do at move-in day.
Dragon Bowl does have good tofu. I think that someone is a local and is telling everyone all the great things. So thank you for that perspective, Kathleen. There is tons of variety on campus for vegetarians. I know that people take advantage of that while they're here. Again, we have things all the way from vegan food all the way to as much meat as you could possibly like. So there are many different options for all of that, but we have a fully stocked salad bar, but then actual proteins and like mainline items. Next to our kind of main line that might be using meat, we always have a mainline item that is a full entree that's vegetarian. So take advantage of that if that is the option that you're going to be looking for. So yeah, so a question about complex in here. I think, so the beds in complex lofted as well. They are not automatically lofted, but you can put them up there if you'd like to. So again, the beds go up to about 59 inches high from the ground when they're fully lofted. And if you'd like to take advantage of that and you have some concerns about how that works, you can actually look up our Emory bed lofting video. It's one of our videos that we have on the Residence Life and Housing page. Or you can ask one of your staff members once you get here. So related to microfridges, so Emory contracts with a vendor called College Concepts, I believe. And again, you can find that site on the housing.emory.edu page. If you search for that, you can get all the information related to that. Are the beds in Long Street Means lofted? Again, they can be. All of our furniture can be moved around and kind of changed based on what your preferences are. So some people choose to have their beds closer to the ground, and some people choose to have their beds higher up because they want to take advantage of all the extra space that it provides. So you could take advantage of all of that. Can you elaborate a bit more on how the MARTA Breeze card works? So again, there is a card that I don't have with me right now because I'm not currently writing MARTA, but it's called the Breeze card. You can pick that up at the train stations. So the closest one to us probably would be Lindbergh Station, and you can get there relatively easily. Or you can ride the Cliff Shuttle to one of the stations that is nearby as well. So you can take the CCTMA shuttle to Decatur Station and pick up a Breeze card there, or the Emory University Hospital Midtown shuttle, so EUHM Midtown shuttle over to the Civic Center station, and you can just hop off the bus, purchase your Breeze card ticket, and then you can get back on the bus. So the way that it works, again, is you're going to tap that card. After you load it from the machines that are outside the turnstiles, you're going to tap it on the turnstile, and then it will offer you access to the train station network that is available here with MARTA Station. The same thing can be done in MARTA buses, so you can actually reload with cash on your Breeze card on a bus itself. So if you need to reload anything, again, you can do that with cash on a MARTA bus. But generally, I have found it easier to reload with a card, a debit card or a credit card at one of the actual train stations.
You can also reload it online on MARTA's website if that's something that you're interested in doing.
So again, if you have any questions or need any help, again, the housing website, housing.emory.edu. It's a brand new website. It's wonderful. You can email housing@emory.edu, and Rebecca or one of her compatriots will be answering that for you. We have all of your information from the FYE pre-arrival questionnaire if you have already been assigned to your housing. But again, if you are waiting on some of that, we do require that you fill out the FYE pre-arrival questionnaire. So if you are still deposited and haven't taken care of that, please do that. And again, follow us on Facebook. You can find Emory Residence Life and Housing on Facebook. We just did a little bit of a Facebook Live on here, and we love to connect with you. We have a team of folks who are posting things every 10 days until move-in. So look for the next piece coming out every 10 days until move-in. Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. We can't wait to see you.